All right. Who wants to do the recap today? Let's get some rolls, boys.
Shit.
Boy. Hey Siri, set Colin 1 to 90%.
All right.
What?
So this.
What was that you just said? Set
I
Colin
commanded
1?
Yeah, I Colin 1. It's just the light bulb 1 because it's my room, so it has my name.
Set Colin 1 to stun, Siri.
I got a 4.
I got 9.
Net 20!
Fuck, I got 4.
Ooh, roll off. Little roly boy.
We're going to go for a roll-off. Unless I want to be a dick and make Colin do it because he got a nat 20 like a bitch.
God,
You could do it so he chooses.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, Colin, you could be the tiebreaker.
Wait, so who got the 4? Was it Ryan
Matt and Chowder.
Matt and Chowder. You know what? I'm going to choose this, and this is no malice. This is legitimate interest, because he's only been in one episode. Chowder, what happened on your first episode, my guy?
Did you say that with a mouthful of mows?
Nope, only half of my mouth had one chip in it.
That's disgusting.
Do you have just like a small mouth? Because it sounds like there's a lot more food in your mouth.
I committed to the performance.
Okay.
Well, anyways, previously on Dice Populi.
Oh, fuck, he's doing this every time.
The gang goes on a boat. Ship off to a place. I believe Kalt turned into an eagle at some point. No, seagull.
I did.
Eagle or seagull?
It was
It was a giant eagle.
It was a giant seagull.
Jerry was driving the boat. Let's see. They eventually get to a little pirate dock where they end up in a bar. Kalt's still in eagle form. They try to keep a low profile. Don't do a very good job. They meet up with a half-orc named Jedda, who apparently gets along with Kalt pretty well. Like they
Libertarianism.
Yeah, that was a bit of a surprise to me, though maybe it shouldn't have been.
Anyways, they get a tip where her lock is, some sort of cave, and on their way out, a bar fight starts. Maeve wild magic it up that like that people take extra damage from piercing, which just seems gruesome in a bar fight.
Yeah, suddenly everybody. What is that condition where your blood doesn't clot? Because I feel like that's what happened to everybody.
Hemophobia or hemophilia? One of those.
Hemophiliac.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
No, I think it is
just
hemophilia. But
no, that means you love blood, I thought.
No. Like, yeah, like
Yes.
literally, yes.
Yeah.
But if you are hemophilic, that means your blood cannot clot.
Okay, today I learned.
Yes, according to Google, hemophilia, a medical condition in which the ability to blood to clot is severely reduced.
So Matt did that to a bunch of people stabbing each other.
Why is it always me?
Jedda's confused. Bait tells her not to think about it. And they get on a boat, and that is what happened last time.
I think you're forgetting the second most important thing, that Kalt decided to turn into a bear to try to help in this bar fight.
Oh, right. Yeah, Kalt did turn into a bear during the bar fight.
I learned the
Air
polymorph
that beef,
spell.
baby, come on.
I learned the polymorph spell, and I am trying to put it to good use, but I am refused at every turn.
Yeah, yes you are.
Trying to murder people.
As the DM, I let it happen.
Yeah, no, I'm saying you're a good guy.
Yeah.
You're good. You're a good guy. All right.
You are a good guy. Let me turn into a bear.
Turn into a bear just to fucking murder.
Is this the gangster accent we can look forward to for the rest of this adventure?
Maybe, who knows?
I hope so.
That is
It's better than
canon.
Brooklyn.
That is canon for the Black Tide.
I mean, it sounds less like a gangster and more like Christopher Walken playing a gangster in an old
I'm walking here.
Sega CD game.
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking
Hey,
What the fuck just happened?
give me some more cowbell.
Pat, you're
All
the DM now. You need to keep this shit on the rails.
No, this is fun. I'm having a good time.
We have to keep walking.
Okay, on that note, so
Fuck
you guys
my
have
life.
just left the bar, deciding to just run away from that situation where everybody is now bleeding out profusely, and you're going back to the ship. What do you guys want to do now? It's still pretty dark because you didn't spend the night anywhere.
Well,
I
remember last time it ended with like Bait like holding out his hand for like handshake, like welcome to the crew or something. So I guess that's
like
where
we had just gotten on the boat. I guess my big question is, because I don't remember, is Kalt still bear?
Yeah, I was going to ask, am I still bear? I'm
How
pretty
long
sure
does
I'm
that
still,
last?
Unless, well, that's the
Longer
thing. We talked
than,
about
like,
this
3
last
minutes.
time. I can break concentration, but I am mentally a bear. So would I be smart enough to know that I can do that? And I believe it lasts for like an hour.
All right.
Oh my god, this
All right,
is
hold
so
on.
stupid.
Hold on a fucking second.
Yes, concentration 1 hour.
Okay, so Kalt is a bear on the boat. I'm gonna say to Jedda. Bait is gonna say to Jedda. Jedda. I know we're kind of running into things. People might be coming out of us at that bar. Don't have a lot of time to chill. I gotta sort out this bear situation. Can you just sail us? Yeah, that's not great. Can you sail us? Are you good at boats? Maeve is pretty good at boats, but I feel like 2 boat people is better. Bait doesn't know a lot about boats.
When you say boat people, Jerry emerges.
Oh, fucking Christ. I forgot about Jerry.
would you believe this isn't the first time I've been joined by murder happy thieves?
Very much so, but we'll get this kind of under wraps here in a sec, I promise. I have something for this.
Jerry's going to start heading to the helm unless somebody stops him.
I don't want to go anywhere near Jerry. I'm just going to climb up to the crow's nest and say, all right, we should probably get going before they come after us.
What kind of bear is Kalt right now?
He is a cave bear.
I am going to turn into a cave bear as well.
Okay.
And try to talk. So as they're trying to get the boat out of the dock,
him in cave bear.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to talk to him, cave bear to cave bear, while they try to get us out of the dock. I don't know how you want to resolve the order here.
I want you to turn into a bear. I want you to make bear noises and then say what you want to say.
Okay. I'm going to turn into bear, clomp clomp, big paws down on the boat. I'm just gonna kind of look at Colin and what I'm trying to say is hey, Kalt, you're a bear. Do you want to be not a bear?
I would actually like some honey, if possible.
Okay.
Disney, don't sue us.
Hey, look up at that bird up there. Concentrate really hard on that bird. Doesn't it look delicious?
No, honey is much more better than a bird. As I'm just slowly, my eyes are drifting down to the floor.
Oh God.
An intelligence of 2.
Okay, I still have the.
As you guys are yelling bear at each other, the bar catches on fire.
Oh my God.
Oh man, I'm probably not allowed back in there.
We should get out of here.
You see a very rotund man run out of the bar going, what is the meaning of this?
I mean, is the ship already sailing off, or
You're the
You
one
guys have
sailing
not
the
done
boat.
anything.
Oh, wait.
Yeah,
Oh.
you're still there.
Oh yeah, no, I hot leg it out of there and put the boat into overdrive, I guess.
So the flames actually look kind of crazy because in addition to just being normal fire, there are tiny explosions going off, some fireworks it looks like, because this bar, I guess, had a lot of fireworks in there. I was
going to say they look different because it's full of people.
Okay. Bait the bear nods at it, go. I've gone into straight walrus territory, might be, but I'm making sounds at the thing, trying to say, "Oh my God! Think of all the honey that's burning in that building! No!"
Ah, lass, if only we were not bears, we could maybe go over there and do something about it.
I do say I think that the amazing display of pyrotechnics would be speaking to Kalt's inner pyromaniac.
If only I had opposable thumbs to start fires with.
Pat, can you have him roll a wisdom save or something?
Yeah,
'Cause clearly I'm not going to get him out of
That's
it.
what I was trying to do. So yeah, roll I guess it would be wisdom. Yeah,
I don't get a lot of opportunities.
I get that.
To just
But I feel like the bit has played itself out.
I feel like you're trying to limit my persona, and I'm
I'm not.
not down for it.
I never want to hear that word ever again. Persona.
Persona.
More like fuck that.
14 plus 1, 15.
That's actually a pretty good roll. I was
Yeah.
going to say it was a DC 10.
For a dumb bear, this is a smart bear.
It's evidently bears are pretty wise. They have a 13 wisdom as opposed to a 2 intelligence.
I mean, I
no.
guess because wisdom's tied to perception, and bears have some of the best sense of smell.
Yeah, they're streetwise bears.
Street smarts.
All right.
After
do we want to focus on the boat people?
after I get up to the crow's nest and I see that absolutely nothing is happening, Maeve's like, I guess I have to do everything around here. She goes back down and she's like, all right, raise the anchor. Let's get out of here.
I will burst forth from the bear in my human Kalt form. What? What happened? What's going on? I thought I was about to fight a bunch of dummies.
You still are.
All right. Honestly, here we're going to need to talk about some ground rules because this looks like your standard operating procedure right now. Is it?
Well, the bear part is pretty new. As I kind of like kick whatever like remnants of bear are off the side of the boat.
Wait. Okay, I'm used to wild shape. When you go do polymorph, do you like shed the skin of the bear?
That's how I like to imagine it.
Holy hell. All right. So Bates a little horrified, but he's still in bear form watching all this.
Guys, one of the first things when committing crimes is to not escalate into a worse crime. You don't steal and then kill because more people will come after you for killing.
Sorry.
To be absolutely fair, we usually start with the killing, and then there's really nowhere else to go but more killing. So it solves itself.
All right,
really.
back in elf form, Bait kind of shakes off the bareness, like, and to be even more fair, there's never really an intent to do crimes. We just sort of rub against things the wrong way. Don't we, Kalt?
I do not know what you mean. I'm going to start doing the stuff that Maeve told us to do. I'm going to start working on the anchor or something to help us get out of here.
Okay.
It's fine. It's fine. I have worked worse jobs than this. I can make do.
Colt, what's your strength?
Poor.
Okay, I'm going to say you make progress, but it's moving very slowly.
Do you want me to roll for it? It's a -1 typically.
Yeah, you can.
You idiot. I got a 17 -1, 16.
All right, you start actually pulling it up at a decent pace. Locke would be proud of you.
Yeah, must be.
While Maeve and Kalt are setting up the ship and the rigging, I'm going to walk back to Jedda, whom I presume is by the wheel.
I think Maeve is by the wheel.
Maeve was in the crow's nest.
I came back
She
down
came
because
down.
you guys weren't
Oh,
doing
right.
shit.
Yeah,
so
I mean, I
came
kind of figured I was at the wheel because, like, you told me to go drive the boat, and
Yeah.
that's what I.
What is Jerry doing right now?
He's like at the wheel waiting for direction.
Okay, so are Jedda, Maeve, and Jerry all by the wheel? Is that what's going on?
I think so.
Sure.
They're all maybe
Okay.
trying to figure out who's going to take lead here.
Okay. I'm just going to walk up and kind of, like, eye the wheel a little bit, like, who's going to do it? And, like, eye between them.
I'll take the wheel. Yeah, and I take the wheel.
Cool.
I'm going to nod at Maeve just with kind of like a thank you for keeping a cool head on your shoulders. Like, phew, wipe the sweat off my brow.
Very sweaty brow.
A very sweaty, greasy brow.
I go back below deck, I guess, to help with something. I don't know what yet, but I'm helping.
Okay. I'd like to, as we peel out of the dock, I guess I want to ask Jedda, all right, so you seem to have a sense of where we might be going, and I look around and I ask, where are we going?
What was the place this is Chowder talking. What was the place that lady was talking about, like the cave? What was it called again? I don't have that in my notes.
They were talking about Crinkle Snoot Caverns, which you all laughed at the name of, and I fucking hate you.
Caverns.
Why'd you make such an adorable name?
Because that was on the list of suggested names from someone in our audience.
Anyways,
okay?
Do I know anything about Crinkle Snoot Caverns? Do you want me to roll for that?
How long have you been in the Badlands?
My entire life. Because
Okay, then roll history. You would have heard of Commodore Crinkle Snoot.
all right. That's 18.
Okay, so how much do you want to know?
I guess
Or I guess, like, what specifically are you trying to remember?
I guess just location, like where would Crinkle Snoot Caverns be?
So you do remember on the map exactly where it was. It was...
And like also just like geography and like how to get in.
It is due southeast from your current location, just below sort of a perilous grouping of rocks. But there's a pretty easy path There's a pretty easy path to sail to it. You just have to go around and avoid the shallow areas, since your boat is on the smaller side. If you had a much larger ship like the Liberty, it would have had difficulty sailing into this location. And yeah, you just generally remember from your childhood hearing stories of Commodore Crinklesnoot, the pirate of the Badlands. Before the Black Tide and Mage Lords came around, he was kind of the one who ran things around here.
All right. Yeah, so I guess I'm relaying this information. Well, used to be Crinklesnoot's an old pirate captain who ran the area before
Commodore, not captain.
Old Commodore, an old pirate who ran the area before the Black Tide made their way in. And the caverns themselves are a good place to hide out, so it makes sense that Black Tide would want to be there.
So, and Colin confirming, we don't have concrete intelligence that this is where a lock has been taken. This is just our best lead to investigate, right?
So, based on what the stranger says, the Crinklesnoot Caverns is where you will find the missing information from the map that was removed.
Yes. Based on your description, I presume that if we enter Crinklesnoot Cavern, we'll be dealing with a sizable number of pirates, so perhaps we should have a bit of a plan before we just sail right on in.
Well, step one, I would say, is to do some reconnaissance. Park the boat somewhere in a good hiding spot and just scope out the area. How many guards are they having? What are the entries? What are exits?
You know what? I think I'm going to let you take point on this, Jedda. You've got a much better sense of what's going on than any of us.
So, quick question. Do any of you have dark vision?
Yes, I do, although I went below deck.
No. I do have dark vision, yes.
So, everybody with dark vision can see fine. If you don't have dark vision, it is pitch black out now. You can see the light from the shoreline still. I'm assuming you guys haven't completely left the sphere of influence of this island.
No, I'll use magic to I'm sure there's lamps and lanterns and stuff on our ship. Right. I will light a lantern so I can see in the immediate vicinity.
Correct. You can see what's on the boat, but looking past the boat into the water, you got nothing.
I'm blind. I'm rolling blind.
Yep.
So, would Jedda know about how long we'd have to sail to get to do this recon mission?
That is a good question.
Roll again? Question mark? Or
would that be survival?
I think that would be intelligence, because you would be doing math to figure out how far away it is.
All right. Thank God I have good intelligence, but this time I have rolled a 6 plus 3 is 9.
Uh-oh.
You think it's right around the corner.
Gonna be real. Sailing is not... I don't normally sail boats, so...
Are you telling me that there's
sail them, I steal them.
But you're so forceful in your leadership abilities, I just assumed you were an experienced sailor.
Well, to be honest, I tend to improvise very well.
Well, given Dr. Bear over here, I feel like that skill's going to come in handy, but for now, let's make sure we're going the right way. I think there's really only one of us here who has been out adventuring on a boat lately, and maybe they should be involved in this conversation.
Yes, Jerry. Come, Jerry.
Jesus, okay.
Give us your thorough and relevant input.
Edmund's landlord returns.
Okay. And then, Pat, I'll pop out Uge, because he has dark vision 60 feet, and I'll pop him up pretty high so maybe he can act as lookout.
I go below decks to try to get Maeve's attention.
Why? Can I just please get my sleep?
Yes.
It is past 7.
It's sorry to disturb you, Maeve. Apparently, though we have a plan, we don't quite have a great sense of direction. I know you've been kind of busy lately. Do you think you could, get us on the right track? I also can't turn into a bird right now because, well, someone else has been turning into animals and it's kind of drained me a little bit.
Do you want me to turn you into a bird? Because I could turn you into a bird.
I don't know what we're looking for, so maybe not the most helpful thing.
Okay, so how about this? I turn you into an owl, and then I go back to sleep.
Okay.
How do you owl?
I will pass. I've been an owl, love an owl. I'm a great owl. I'm the best owl. For now, I'm going to stay me. You get some rest. We'll figure this out. And I go back above deck and I say, okay, we might be fucked.
Look, if you just go southeast long enough, I'm sure we'll hit the caverns at some point.
We'll hit something.
I don't want to, break up this little powwow, but I will say that it is very unlikely that you will be able to sail there until morning.
Okay, is there a way that we would know this?
Given the fact that on the map there were some pretty sharp-looking objects written or drawn around the area, you can infer that you need to be able to see everything to be able to avoid those.
All right, fair enough. I'm going to turn to Jedda and I say, all right, perhaps until we get our head on our shoulders, we should find someplace safe until daylight. Do you think you can find an alcove or someplace to put us? I don't know. Doesn't even have to be a big rock. We can do crazy shit with the boat.
You know what? Sounds like a plan to me. Let's find something. I take out my binoculars and try to see if there's anything of the sort in the distance.
So roll perception for me.
Perception. 15 plus, I believe that's just oh wait, I have a proficiency in that, so 20, unnatural 20.
Okay, so yeah, you can see off in the distance, looking towards the southeast location, or direction rather. After the outskirts of the town kind of start to drift away into some rolling hills, there's a couple little areas that you could probably pack up for the night.
All right, let's pick the closest one and just set up camp, I guess.
Cool.
All right, so you guys sail over, park the boat. Do you leave Jerry on the boat?
Jerry's, well, are we not sleeping on the boat? Are we getting off the boat?
You have enough beds to sleep everybody on the boat.
So as we're heading down to the beds, I kind of want to take Kalt aside for a second and I say, so what happened in the tavern, is that what happened on Stonehold?
What, the bar fight?
Well, not the bar fight so much, but I mean, whenever she casts a spell, is this a risk? Are we putting people's lives at risk just by being next to them?
I assume we're kind of all in the same birthing area. As he starts to mention leading on to Maeve, I'll pull him over and kind of maybe pull him a little bit farther apart and kind of push him.
Her powers are quite mysterious. Particularly dangerous as well. I've been observing her for some time. But yes, this was something very similar.
Okay, because,
albeit much less deadly.
Kalt, listen, we're getting into a dangerous situation. We don't know where we're going. According to Jedda, we could be walking into a pirate army, for all we know. And on one side, we've got a girl who could accidentally, set off an explosion, and you who shoots people in the head. We gotta have some sense of direction, of attitude. We can't just go in fires blazing.
Well, I mean, as long as we're surrounded by the enemy, it seems to work out pretty good.
Yeah, until we're not surrounded by the enemy, which just happened again. We lucked out on Arianor that our actions did not have consequences. I doubt we'll find ourselves in the same position again. I don't have a plan, but can you work with me on this one?
Work with you on what? What exactly do you want, mate? Do you wish to keep her locked away, secluded from other people?
Not secluded, but she's gonna need more support than just a pat on the back. She's a little irritable when I asked her about where we're going. This is probably affecting her in more ways than just magic. We need to be real people about here, not body harvesters, not birds and bears.
I think she was irritable because it is Bedivai time, obviously. But I
Just kind of seeing your frustration.
I understand where you're coming from, but besides secluding her from other people, she has no control over her power, and her power comes from a place I do not understand unless you do. I believe we have to trust in Maeve that when it comes down to it, she will make the right choices, and if she is unable to make the right choices, hopefully luck is on our side.
And what if Locke is dead?
I'm gonna smack him across the face.
I thought he said
smack
luck.
him across his face.
He did say luck, but it sounded like lock.
I mean,
Yeah, I said luck.
I know
I
you
said
did,
luck.
but I asked anyway. I was asking regardless of what you said.
I'm just gonna very swiftly smack Bait across the face.
I'm going to gingerly rub my face. Unfortunately, I don't have Hellish Rebuke. I'm just going to look back.
Keep your tone down, Bait. There are those of us that still believe Locke is alive and is worth finding.
Then let's find him. And let's hope that when we do, this whole group can stay as tight-knit as it is right now. And I say that with like a little sarcastic hand wave, mocking.
Smack him again. Just keep on smacking. It's like on Airplane where there's a big line of people smacking one person.
Get a hold of yourself,
No,
mate.
sorry.
I understand your frustrations, Bait.
Oi, if you're done with your lover's spat, you want to play some cards? Pass the time?
I mean, if you guys want to play some cards, that's great. I need to take a post-bird/bear nap to get my juices flowing, and I'm going to go to bed.
I do think it might be good for us to sleep, Jedda, but if you wish to play cards, Jerry is quite the companion when it comes to card play. Come, Jerry, play cards.
I think that's a good point, too. Just cut to the next day.
Hello, everybody listening to this and to me. It's Colin. Hi, this is the breakaway for Chapter 38, We're Walkin' Here, which is the title chosen by the listeners for the first time, which is very, very fun. Going to take about 5-6 minutes, a little longer than normal, to update you on some of our community sponsors, community updates, and housekeeping items. So first things first, we always love to take this time to shout out folks in our community that are doing the Dice's work, people that we think benefit the TTRPG space and that we are proud. My cats are playing with a paper bag that we are proud to be affiliated with. So I want to introduce you to a group. We do some accents here on the show. We're from the continental United States, so you know that's normally how we sound. We try to do some accents. Some work out pretty well, I think, and others, as you'll hear in this episode, maybe not so much. But we have some friends not from the continental U.S. and just please enjoy listening to this next minute.
Take a seat. You asked me once to tell you the greatest tale of all time. Well, 4 young fools set a course for adventure and a life on the high seas, but found themselves indentured aboard a ship which met with a monstrous fate. But as it turned out, that voyage opened the gate. Now lo, they came from humble beginnings. I seen them defeat creatures you don't even believe in. They set sail from the Sword Coast across the Shattered Lands, and in the creation of this world in which we now be living, one thing's for certain, they had their hands. So if you'll fill up me tankard to the top with rum, and prepare to set sail for where it all begun, I'll tell you that tale all across the millennia. Listen close now, as we row Brittania.
So, roll Brittania you can find anywhere, and just like even on a superficial level, like that's just a better mode of speaking. It just sounds better. But there's actually a full promo for them. There's a little more context, and you can find that after the post credits. So if you listen all the way to the end, we're going to put the full promo there. But thank you so much to them for spreading the word, and we wish you guys the best. Now, 2 weeks ago, we dropped a ton of stuff. We dropped a new website, Discord updates, a second podcast feed, a new introductory episode, just a lot of stuff all at once. We're probably never going to do that much at once ever again. That was crazy. But I've since gotten some sleep and want to break down two big things for you that I want to update you on. First is our Patreon. We launched the Patreon 2 weeks ago, and within a day became financially self-sustaining, which is amazing and humbling and exciting. Not just because, like, hey, yay, money, Colin isn't paying out of pocket for Dice Populi anymore, but also how we'll be able to grow the show and offer new rewards and new things in the future. And every week we're going to want to shout out, every episode we're going to want to shout out at least 2 folks on this list. So if you don't hear your name today, stay tuned. You'll get your shout out in time. But our first 2 patrons, Primitive Toast and Mr. Bakudan, also friend of the show, Kyle Wagner Toddy. These 2, they jumped on immediately. Like, before we even announced that it was live, they were subscribed to the Patreon. They just happened to find it as I was tweaking the site. And the fact that kind of excitement exists is so enriching and rewarding. So you two have our sincerest thanks. The rest on the list will be coming soon. You have all really... I don't have the words in my mind now to say, but thank you so much, Primitive Toast and Mr. Bakudan. If you want to chat with them too, they're in our Discord server. And if you want to learn more about any of that stuff, the Patreon, the Discord, the bonus podcast that you get with it, even the title voting, the title for this episode was selected by our patrons. That stuff you can find at dicepopuli.com. It's all right there, and it's now a lot easier to navigate. Second thing I want to touch on is our seasonal structure. We are now operating on, quote, seasons, meaning whenever we have a new 5th Wednesday bonus episode, a new season begins. So we are now a couple of weeks into Season of the Jerrys, named after everybody's favorite, I guess, zombie from the podcast. And Season of the Jerrys brings with it a couple of things. First, in our Discord, we have a new bot named Uge who will level people up for the season. Whoever comes out with the highest rank at the end of March will receive some seasonal rewards. That is going to be pretty fun. People are really vying for that top spot, and it's always fun to check in on that. The other big thing that we're doing this season is, well, we have our first seasonal community goal, and what we're looking for is between the beginning and end of this season, we would like to amass 500 new listeners. There's actually a new episode, an introductory episode called Welcome to Dice Populi that will allow new listeners to get the context they need to jump in wherever, and to let old listeners who may have fallen off, shame on them, to catch back up. We think it's a great place to start for anyone, no matter where you are in the podcast. And that can be found at dicepopuli.com. It is front and center. So if you're trying to recommend the show to someone, send them straight to dicepopuli.com. We've tried to make it as easy as possible. We're looking at this intro episode as well as Chapter 1, Chapter 37, to get an idea of how many people are jumping on board. And we're already around 100 new listeners just in the last couple of weeks. So we think that this new intro episode is making a heck of a difference. The more people that we have in the fold, the more we can do. Our Discord will become bigger and more fun. We'll be able to do bigger events. And it's just, the prospects are very exciting. So we're shooting for 500. If we meet that goal, we might announce some stretch rewards. But for now, if we hit 500 by the end of the season, we'll be making available some Jerry-themed merchandise. And that just sounds like fun, doesn't it? So thank you to Royal Brittania. Thank you to Primitive Toast, Mr. Bakudan, and all our patrons. And thank you to those of you bringing new folks into the show. If you are new, if this is just like your second or third episode, we hope you're having fun. This rest of this episode gets a little bit wild. So I'm just going to let you guys get right back into it with Chapter 38, We're Walking Here.
Cut to the next day.
Absolutely not. We wake up. What happens?
So you guys wake up and Jerry is sitting at the table with a handful of cards staring at Jedda.
Oh, man. Who is currently asleep?
What happens?
Yes.
Oh, no. All right, so you guys wake up. It's now bright as a day outside, which is pretty nice, so you can actually sail and see everything that's going on. Or at least Kalt can now see everything that's going on.
I had my gazer boy.
So was your gazer just like whispering everything to you?
No, I can see through his eyes.
Oh, okay, gotcha. That's creepy.
It is.
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Boat.
I guess
Boat? You want to do boat?
We want to do boat. I think.
I do boat.
I think Chowder had a good idea through his character about recon and maybe giving this place a little look around.
we still have to get to the island first, though.
Well, yeah.
We still gotta
so I
get
think
there.
we should do that.
So let's set sail and get going.
Yep. I'm assuming everybody knows the gist of sailing by this point.
Bait kind of doesn't. Bait's going to go up to the crow's nest.
Okay, so as you start to sail southeast, you come across these rock formations. Who is currently steering the boat?
Jedda.
And who is on the crow's nest? That's Bait.
That's Bait.
Yep.
So, Bait, you see these rock formations and kind of pay attention to where the boat is being steered. And it doesn't seem like they're trying to avoid them very well because the way the bow is, they can't see them. So you are going to have to yell down to them how to maneuver.
Uh-oh.
So I'm going to need you to... Actually, I don't think you're going to have to do anything. Or, yeah, maybe roll persuasion, and then whoever is steering, I think we said that was Jedda, make a perception check.
Alrighty.
Wait, I have to roll persuasion?
Yes, you have to convince them that they have to listen to what you're telling them to do.
Oh, well, that's dysfunctional, but kind of matches what we do on the show.
There's major trust issues
Yeah.
in this crew. I don't believe there's rocks in front of us.
Yeah. I got a 14.
I got a 23 on my perception.
Okay, so everything goes smoothly. You establish a really good working relationship, actually. And you steer everybody's way through the rocks with no issues. You do a nice little wipe of the sweat off your brow, and then a hook hits the railing.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm going to cast Mage Hand and get the hook off that damn railing.
How much can a mage hand lift?
I'm pretty sure it's 40 pounds. Let me double check that, but
I thought it was 10, yeah. And I'm going to say it takes more than 10 pounds of force to lift that baby out
Yeah,
of there.
with the tension, that would be a lot. Yeah, that makes sense.
Why don't you just cut the rope?
Yeah, I mean, so what, Bait, Jedda, and, Kalt, Jedda, and Maeve are on the deck seeing this happen, right? So, can I roll perception to see if Bait notices this?
Yep.
Cool, 25. I think I noticed.
Yeah, you very easily hear the clang of the hook latching onto the deck railing, and you look down, you see the rope, you see the pirate ship, and you're like, holy shit, there's a pirate ship!
Holy shit, there's a pirate ship!
Okay.
Holy shit, there's a pirate ship.
Wow.
Are we just gonna all go through it? Everybody, come on!
We all say it.
I'm kind of surprised there's not a bit more urgency here. They're closing. Can we do something?
Are they like right next to us, or are they like moving in?
They're
for
closing
the hunt?
in, but they're close enough that they hit you with the hook.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Can I try
How far
to
away?
use my dagger on the rope to try to cut through it?
Yep.
Okay. I'm using an attack roll.
Okay.
Okay, so that is a 9.
Miss. Oh no. Yeah, you missed that. You swing your dagger down and the hilt accidentally hits the railing before you actually cut through it.
No.
I'm not very used to
How
this.
far away are they currently?
At this point, they're about 60 feet away.
I would, if I have the opportunity to do so, I would like to cast Fireball on their sails and upper deck.
Okay, yeah.
I
Make the attack.
I will. Well, it's a save. I don't know if the
Okay.
boat has to.
I don't
save
know.
against it.
Yeah.
or-
What does the
I'm-
boat say?
I mean, I'm casting. I'm just doing it like the upper deck, so it's going to catch the sails, and I guess whoever's. I don't know how big the ship is, but to say I'm going to take like the center sail. So if there's anybody like standing around the sail, they might get a little singed.
Yeah, 2 successes and 3 fails.
So if they failed, they take 37 points of damage. If they succeed, they take half of that, which I believe would be 18.
Yeah, 18's right.
And I guess their sails are probably on fire.
Yeah, I know that the way it works, those sails probably have at least like 50 HP though, so they're still probably kicking.
Yeah, so they are definitely not picking up as much wind because as the fire spreads, it becomes Swiss cheese, but they are still gaining, and at that moment, 2 more hooks attached to your ship.
Probably should have seen that one coming. That's on me. Okay, what do we do?
I say we murder them and then make more Jerry's.
Okay, yeah, well, we have to get to the murdering part. Or maybe, hey, we could ask some questions this time? I don't know, man.
You can ask Jerry questions all the same.
Oh my god, somebody save us.
you said they're in 60 feet, right? I can cast message and because that has a range of 120 and try to actually communicate.
You're going to hail the ship.
Yeah, pretty much.
Open a
Like,
channel.
Yeah, I send out a message. Whoa, what are you doing, man? We're just crossing by.
Can I speak back?
Yeah, you can speak back.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that's how message worked. So you hear in a very, very bad accent, "Hey, who the hell said that?"
Yes!
He's back.
Hey, yo, Bobby, you hear that?
This is all I want.
It's a message cantrip. Get with the program. Come on.
You don't know how many people have contacted me asking, like, so
Who's a cantrip?
like is this accent coming back? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if the accent's coming back. I don't know if it's ever coming back.
Whose chair is that?
We got
Not my
him.
chair. Not my chair, not my problem. That's what I say. All right. So yeah, they are so dumb that they don't understand what is happening when you try to send them this message.
Gabagool.
Just get him the gabagool.
Look, I'm just trying to understand why you're trying to board our ship with no warning.
They do not understand what you're saying because to them they are too stupid to understand magic is happening.
Mr. Cole,
Must use the word gabagool.
Yeah, sorry, man. I keep on.
you did something back when we ran into the Mage Lords at one time, right? Like, you made that weird thing appear on their ship?
Oh, you mean the demons?
I think it'd be a really good time for that, wouldn't you?
I mean, I suppose it's a 3rd level spell, and watching the fire is pretty, but I suppose.
Are they? So they're within 60 feet, so I can.
Yeah, they have moved closer by 10 feet, so they're in 50.
All right, I will, if the DM allows, I will use summon lesser demons. So 4 dretches appear on their ship and immediately go ham, and they're all just like weird pig boys.
If that message is still open, Jedda, you hear, "Holy shit! Who ordered the pork?"
Oh my god.
Finally,
So,
some
yeah.
decent gabagool out here.
When I get done with you, I'm gonna get some capicola. I'm gonna slap you on the sandwich. It's gonna be beautiful.
All right, I called the others. All right, cut the ropes and we can get the hell out of here.
So yeah, you just hear like a whole bunch of pigs squealing and fighting going on the other ship.
All right, if nobody else seems capable of cutting the ropes, I will attempt to cut the ropes with my
All
yekla.
right, make an attack.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I'm still hacking at the ropes with my dagger. Pitifully.
All right,
You just can't quite understand why the hilt won't let you go all the way.
Oh no!
How? What?
Actually, I'll use my dagger because that probably makes more sense than like trying to hit it with a spear. I got a natural 19 plus 5.
Yeah, you hit it.
It's okay, Maeve. We'll
But there
practice
are
this later.
still 2 more hooks.
All right, I'll move on to the next one if nobody else is going to it.
I mean, at this, it's probably going to take him a minute. Is anything happening in between these like rope cutting actions?
They are now currently laser focused on
Okay,
killing these dredges.
that totally makes
The
a lot of
next
sense.
one is a 14 plus 5, 19,
That's a hit as well.
and I'll do the last one as well. That one's a nat 1. I cut myself.
I'm looking down at the crow's nest and I see like Kalt slip the knife and Maeve struggling with the knife, and I'm like, do you guys need any help?
What happens is Kalt
I-
puts his hand on the railing and then goes to attack the rope, but he hits the hook itself and slips and almost cuts his thumb straight.
Oh my
clean off.
god!
Ah!
Oh no!
Jody, help me!
Jenny, come, bring the bandage.
Come, Jody, help me!
Okay, yeah.
There's still one that is currently attached, but again, these guys are just fighting these pigs.
All right. Give me a
ahead,
break.
Jedda.
And I pull out a longbow and like fire to cut one of the ropes. Because
Oh wow!
yeah,
okay.
because I don't want to leave the fucking steering wheel because we want to get out
Yeah.
as fast as we can. Yeah.
So yeah, make the attack.
All right. Let's see. That is 22.
Yep, you definitely hit. Okay, so all of the hooks have now been severed. They are still buried in the railing, but their ropes are no longer attached. You are free to move the ship as you wish.
So when the ropes are cut, do we like lurch? Are we like really out of the woods here? Like what's directly in front of us as we like spring forward?
Right now, it's pretty open seas. There's a couple small islands that don't look inhabited around you, but for the immediate future, you don't think that there's any danger.
Okay.
The other ship is on fire currently, so unless they somehow figure out a way to put that out, they can't chase you. So you feel like you're pretty clear to just run away.
Bait is looking down. Bait looks down at Jedda, like, as the ship lurches forward. Should I make some sort of, like, save? Because I'm in the crow's nest? I don't know what's going on there, but...
Nah, it doesn't lurch so hard.
Okay.
Like, you would just butt up against the crow's nest wall,
Okay,
essentially.
so as distance gets put between us and the other ship, I'm just gonna yell down to Jedda. I'm like, can we expect more of this?
I don't know. Shit, that came out of nowhere, man.
Well, this is the stuff you're supposed to know about. What are we gonna do next time?
I'm a highwayman. Do you see any highway?
That's a really good question. I didn't think about that.
This is the highway of the sea.
Kalt's face is like that one gif where like there's a bunch of math running across his face as he says, I'm a highwayman, but there's no highways. Just like trying to get it to work out in his head.
Okay, so Bait is gonna yell down again. It's like, all right, we got a lot of open sea. I mean, are we hiding? Are we running? What's the plan? Because I don't think this is sustainable.
I don't think we have to worry about them for a little while. We could probably
Maybe
make our
not
way.
them. How many more are there? There's lots of rocks out here.
I mean, let's just avoid rocks. I think that'll be a good strategy.
I'm gonna try to slide down the. I'm gonna slide down the crow's nest, which I'm just gonna say I do gracefully to avoid making a check. And I make my way down to the deck, and I walk over to Maeve and I say, "Maeve, are you okay? Shake it up at all?"
I just kind of want to keep moving forward here. It seems like there's a whole lot of tomfoolery going on, and I'm not really about it.
Yeah, no, I'm kind of with you on that one. So I have a question. When Sir Edmund saw us off and you got this ship, you seem to have some ability to change its shape, its form, and I'm kind of thinking that the way we look right now is going to draw a lot of attention.
What do you mean?
Well, we don't really look like we belong here. What did that ship look like? The one that attacked the Liberty when it came out of the tear, like same.
It did.
Okay, I just made an assumption. So listen, those black sails are all over the place. We have these insert color here sails that kind of stand out a little bit. Do you think it would make sense to pull over, do a little makeover, and see if we can blend in?
It's not a bad idea, although I'm really a fan of the aesthetic that's going on with the ship right now.
But we can return to this aesthetic later, Maeve.
Yeah, okay, let's do it. And then, since we never really established how, I'm just gonna use my big brain and think about the friendship having the same kind of sails that we've seen on the ships twice before now.
I want you to roll Arcana for me.
Ooh, okay.
I gotta say, actually, Colin was very tense about whether Maeve was gonna follow through on that. I was like, that was the only thing I had.
You can't tell me what to do. I got a 9.
Oh no.
They're just great.
Hey, Matt,
great,
this will make one hell of an episode ending. Whatever you do.
They're a little smoky. So yeah, they're not the deep, rich blacks of the black tide, but they're from a distance passable.
All right, well, I'm still kind of figuring this out too,
Maeve, you are doing a wonderful job. The rest of us could probably learn from you.
Well, that's reassuring, I guess. I don't know.
Just imagine a grown man saying there's a lot we could learn from you to a small child.
Well, I mean, over here,
got your
Jedda
head on
is
a
screaming,
swivel.
I don't know where these things are coming from, and Kalt is bleeding, and the other one's a zombie. We're
It's
not...
the high seas, man. Pirates exist everywhere.
Yeah. So, I mean, does anybody else have something proactive they want to do? Because otherwise...
I tried.
Otherwise, I think we should.
Look, so long as we're at sea, we're sitting ducks. I say try to get to those caverns as fast as possible. Find a hiding spot to, hide the ship. And also, how did you do that, by the way? Just...
It's the power of friendship. What do you mean?
And as you say this, you twinkle your fingers and a rainbow shows up.
Oh, perfect.
I agree. We should probably get there at haste.
Okay. So yeah, haste is good. We still don't know where exactly we're going. Can we please make some sort of affirmative decision
Does
here?
anybody have a compass?
I thought we did know where we were going.
No, we definitely don't.
We know the direction where you're supposed to be going. You do not know if you are going that direction.
Well, yeah, Jedda said southeast, and that's like the best that we got.
So yeah, if you have a compass, or if you know what time
I have keen mind, so I know where I am, and I know where north is at all times.
Yeah, he always knows.
Then
what direction
you know
we're-
where to go. Then
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, all right, southeast is this direction. We gotta hustle and bustle. We need to be ready for anything. And we gotta play the part if the pirates are gonna come up on us again.
Perhaps we could practice the accents of which we heard. Does anybody remember what Locke sounded like when we first met him?
Hey, I'm walking here.
I'm walking here.
Well,
No, that's not right.
we're all gonna fucking die, aren't we?
I have a atmospheric question, Pat. What does that sound like? All these men trying to fight fires and Hell Pig. Could you give us a clue of what that sounds
I am
like?
100% not making pig squealing sounds for you. That's not happening.
Yeah, do you think this episode Ryan is making a collection of all of us making different animal noises for him to fall asleep to? Like, is that what's going on?
So we can put some Foley work pig sounds in there. 100%.
Awesome.
Maybe
Thanks.
Some ting-tings, but...
So here's the thing. I can understand not doing the pigs, but I wish I would feel so much more ingrained in this scene
I gave
if I had some
so
more.
much already.
If I had,
Don't
if
push
I
it.
had some of that just amazing
There
voice
is an
work you've been doing.
there's an entire campaign coming up where I have to do this voice. Don't push it.
Hey, it's James.
I'm Paul.
And Chip from Roll Britannia.
A British Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition podcast with a piratey theme. And we pick up our story in a tavern.
Fine, honestly. Milo! Hello, mate.
How's
it going?
How many of you
No,
have?
I'm fine. But I could do with your help. I've got this chap here, right? He's like an old captain or something. But he's got these amazing stories. But there's this one, he's just not telling me. And I think you could help me convince him. And then we could tell the world. But to do this, we are going to need a lot of rum. So can you get a lot of rum?
Barkeep.
Hey?
Can I get a bottle of rum?
Yeah, of course you can, mate. Free gold, please, thank you.
Grab the bottle. Come with me.
All right.
Mr.
Calm
Captain,
down,
this
calm
is
down.
my friend. He would love to hear that story that you were going to tell me. And here is your rum.
What be your name, young halfling?
Milo Toscobble.
Toscobble, eh? I knew a Toscobble. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
And please, will you tell us that story? Come on, I've asked you, please.
Okay. Take a seat. You asked me once to tell you the greatest tale of all time. Well, 4 young fools set a course for adventure and a life on the high seas, but found themselves indentured aboard a ship which met with a monstrous fate. But as it turned out, that voyage opened the gate. Now lo, they came from humble beginnings. I seen them defeat creatures you don't even believe in. They set sail from the Sword Coast across the Shattered Lands, and in the creation of this world in which we now be living, one thing for certain, they had their hands. So if you'll fill up me tankard to the top with rum and prepare to set sail for where it all begun, I'll tell you that tale all across the millennia. Listen close now as we roll Britannia.